Hi everyone! Welcome to Wake and Make here at Jesse James Beads with me, Nealay Patel. I am a designer for Jesse James Beads, and my job is to bring you fun, inspirational, quick, easy, fun tutorials using the ever glamorous Jesse James Beads, and it is always my pleasure to do so. Now, I have been in a creative, in an inspirational state of mind, and I think it's because of the new Georgia O'Keeffe beads collection specifically, and within it 3 different lines that I have been so excited to use and show you guys what to do with them. I hope you were able to catch last Thursday's tutorial, which we are calling Nealay at Night. We made this gorgeous necklace. Now, check this out. Isn't that just beautiful? We repurposed some earrings that were included in the collection, and we created some beautiful triple strand action there and floated some beads on it. Now, we used champagne colored soft flex wire and size 2 crimps to make this happen. So this was a really fun project that I got to show you guys, and I hope you are inspired and try something of your own with it. I'm excited about today's project. I thought I would continue with the Desert Rose collection and show you guys what to do with this really cool little agate pendant here. Now, this is a large stone, and I am so excited to use it because there's a lot of possibilities to do with it. So I am actually going to flip this camera around and show you what's on my workboard, and I want to show you some of the beads that are in the Desert Rose. Let's see if I can do this with one easy sweep. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Firstly, let me get some of that out of the way. Here is some of the beads from it. Now, as you guys know, in the collections, or if you don't know, if you haven't checked it out, you get some earrings with them. And what I did in that previous design is I broke it into parts and pieces and components and repurposed it. But with each collection, you get a different color palette altogether. So I have these feathers out that were from that, and you get these gorgeous different shapes, different sizes. There's lots of beautiful glass. This one happens to be the matte coating with the beautiful gloss edge there. And these are the glitter larger ones. I think they're so pretty. We get some tassels in here. You get a ton of bead caps, which coincidentally we'll be using today. Because I had this idea, specifically this that came from it. And whenever I was sort of playing around, and actually this just struck me this morning actually, wouldn't it be fun to do some sort of a grommet pattern on this? And instantly I was inspired, and I think I can pull this off pretty quick and show you guys how to do it and show you guys how easy it is to do it too. So I'm going to put this aside, but y'all got to check this out. I think it is awesome. The collections just keep getting more and more beautiful, I think. Now, within one of those strands of the Desert Rose, you get quite literally a rose. It's an agate, not an agate, excuse me, a carved jade rose that is just beautiful. I did use it in that previous design, as I showed you guys as well. Now, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to kind of layer this on top and then do some sort of a grommet pattern underneath with those bead caps? So I'm going to set this aside, but I did want to show you that I actually did create a wire wrap loop ahead of time. And in order for this to sit on top of this pretty smoothly and not have it rotate around, I did discover one thing, and that is if you string this guy first within near, and I'm just using 22 gauge wire. This is not a thick, I would probably recommend 20 just to be on the safe side, but honestly, you're going to be okay with this size too. Only because you have a wire wrap loop. And then I'm just going to string on a size 11 seed bead. And then whenever I wrap all of this together, it's going to pretty much stay in place and not move around, as you can see. So that's part of the mechanics, but we'll readdress that as we go to it. Now, in order to create a grommet, you'll need a few things. First of all, the bead caps from the Desert Rose collection. And I actually found this in my stash. This is just a mini bead cap that's got a beautiful crystal, crystals around it. and it's pretty tiny. Now I had to do this because if you put up your head pin directly over it, it's just going to fall through actually. So having that little bead cap, or you could use a bead from the Desert Rose collection if you wanted to. That's not a problem. But if you string that first and then put this in, you'll create something that looks really dynamic. I like the tone on tone with just a little bit of sparkle, and it doesn't stick out too much, which is great. So I need to put all this together, right? So what I actually did is, and I just thought of this, of course we're going to use glue. I mean, I love E6000, who doesn't? It saves my life on many occasions, but in any case, I do love using it for jewelry making. So I'm actually going to just flip that head pin around and apply some glue. I do want to be very careful of how I do this, just because it does get everywhere, and you don't need too much to have a pretty solid hold. I just stuck a little bit of glue on there. I'm going to slide this down, and as you can see, I've got a little gap in there as well. So I'm actually going to just apply a little bit of extra glue, and I'm going to use another piece of wire or head pin. I think I've got a little straight pin here that I could just push the glue down into that little hole, and that'll kind of fill that in and also have it very, very secure, I think, at the end of all of this drying process. So that is the first step. Now I, through the work of TV magic, have actually created, well, I went ahead and created 3 additional ones that we can use so that I can show you how the rest of this works. So let me put my glue away because, well, actually I do need that. Just kidding. What I'm going to do, because I've already glued this ahead of time, at this point is I think I can clip off that extra piece of wire now that we have a proper grommet. So let's hope that nothing happens or falls apart when, oh, there we go. Okay, cool. And I thought it'd be cool to glue this directly onto the little agate that we have here. Pretty snazzy design, I think. And it's so easy. And who knew that E6000 would yet again come through? Well, I of course did because I use it for everything. So I'm just clipping off the head pins flush with the little bead cap there. And I've got instant gorgeous grommets. So let's glue these guys on. Now you can go as crazy or as minimalist as you want with this. I'm happen to be going crazy. So I'm just going to apply some glue and put all 3 of these on. Again, you don't need too much. I think I might have actually put too much on there, but let's see. One thing you do want to keep in mind is that my bead hole is facing up and down here, and so I want to start my triangle there at the top and have my others here on the side. The good thing about the E6000 glue is you could kind of put it down quickly and then almost drag and reposition them as you wish before it's like a fully dried piece. So I'm going to take that to its advantage and use it to its advantage and work with it to shift things around as I need to here. But that's pretty cool. Very dynamic. It's almost steampunk looking, which not what I expected, but in any case, I think it's a fun idea. I hope you guys are loving this because I think it's really cool. There we go. And I love that there's a hint of gold only because the rest of this pendant does have, and I actually even the bead collection not only has the antique copper, but it's got some gold elements within it. So that looks pretty fun. I love that. And now what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to eventually let it dry. Hopefully things don't pop off as I'm working with this, but I did want to show you guys how the rest of this is connected together. Perhaps I should have done this part before, but hey, we all learned something new, right? So there's that first part, and now I can just carefully create a loop on this end. And I need a couple things. I need my round nose, and I need my chain nose. I'm going to actually use my crimper chain nose for this because I need something more detailed to happen at this point. So let's see if I could do this quite carefully. I'm going to actually grip that and give it a good sharp angle bend there. And then I'm going to put this right to that. My little round nose, go all the way around. Now, if this does not fall off, you can actually definitely see the test of the glue here working. Let's see. It does want to shift around though, so I have to be ultra careful. Again, I probably should have done this before connecting all of my elements or gluing all my elements on, but I did not know what was going to happen. So far we're holding everything in place, so that's good. Just a few minimalist changes here. There we go. Okay, so we safely did that. I can just clip this off. Here, there we go. Ah! And carefully tuck this guy in. There we go. All right, so some shifting will be needing to be done here. And perhaps I should have also added a bead down there because as you could see, the hull is a little bit bigger. So some mechanical issues, but overall, I think you guys get the idea. I might do some adjusting after the video. Just as we are creating this, I'm thinking of new ideas that I could do. But in any case, I do love the fact that we can add stuff to this now. So I've got these beautiful feathers. Whoops, let's put this up here. There we go. And I think I want to create a beautiful, like, extreme tassel with this, just because it definitely calls for it. And we could even use some of our beads from the collection. So like, what if we put that? Maybe we did a dangle of some sort. So let's see. Where's my head pins at? Let's do some magic here. Let's put some beads on here. So we got this cool little dangle. I'm gonna keep that up to the side. And then maybe this bead goes on. Maybe this bead goes on. And let's do something else. Maybe this one. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if I love this one as much though. Maybe something smaller would do. Oh, I got these really cool, like, it almost looks like wood, I think, which that's kind of a neat texture. So let's go with that. I don't want to trim it because I want to put a hole on, or a simple loop on the other side. So let's see. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going to put one on the other side here. Now I could save that other head pin end and make a grommet for something else later. So again, it's nice to be able to have that option of recycling materials and not being wasteful of them. So I'm going to actually now connect. I think I'm going to actually go back after this demo is done and fix that so that my little rose pendant isn't moving around as much, but I am going to connect all of this together, which I'm pretty excited about. And I think it'll make a extremely gorgeous, beautiful tassel. When it's all connected, it's got an element of steampunk, which just happened. I think, and you know what? I'm just going to go with it because I think it's really cool. And yeah, I think I'll wrap it up. And the cool thing is now, whenever it's all done, you could even just string it on some leather cord and be out the door. I think the leather cord does add that bit of extra steampunk realness to it. So pretty excited about this project. I think it ended up being really fun and cool and easy. So I want you guys to go out and try it. And I know we have contests on occasion, and I'd love to see what you guys do in your creations. So with that, let me turn this around. And what I promise I will do is I will post a picture of that finished product, and I'll be sure to leave a comment on what I did differently. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a fun, easy demo, and we got to learn how to make grommets out of the wonderful bead caps that are available in the collection. So you don't really need much extra other than Jesse James beads and a few little wires and head pins to make that happen. So if you love this tutorial, please check us out in a couple different places. The first is the website. You'll want to go to www.jessejamesbeads.com, and in the top menu you'll find a video tutorial link, and in there you'll find a ton of demos done by yours truly. And I do keep it experimental and open-ended so that if I do something, I hope you guys are inspired and do a spin-off of your own. And certainly you can learn these ideas on YouTube as well. So if you go to YouTube, type in Jesse James Beads, and you'll definitely find us in the very top. You'll see all of the demos that are up to date on there as well. And if you love me, please check out my brand called SilverSilk and More. I carry this beautiful knitted wire, and as you could see, I've been messing around with some soft flex myself. But I am running some very special sales and deals as well. So if you're on Jesse James Beads and are having a beautiful Memorial Day weekend and feel like shopping, just hop on over. I'll take care of you. So with having said that, I leave you guys with this morning, and I hope you have a very awesome and creative day and weekend. And I will catch you guys again on Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central. And I'll have another fabulous demo for you then too. All right. We at Jesse James Beads and SilverSilk and More love you guys. Keep it up with the creativity and fun, and see you guys soon. Bye.